All right, now we're going to solve two-step equations. What do I mean by two steps? Meaning it's going to take 2 steps to solve the equation. Oh my. Well, let's take a first example. -4 plus 7x equals 3. Well, I see that if I want to get the x by itself, I've got to get rid of that -4. I've also got to get rid of that 7. If you think about it, there's really multiple ways to solve any equation, but there's a best way to solve an equation as well. If I was to want to divide by 7 first, to get the x without the number in front, I would have a problem because I would need to divide the entire left-hand side by 7, meaning I'd have to divide the -4 by 7 also. So I don't think I want to do that. That makes a fraction. So really, maybe I should get rid of the -4 first. In the last video, remember I said that if it says -4, that it's like saying -4. So we would have to do the opposite of -4. We would add 4 to both sides of the equation. So when I do that, -4 plus +4 is 0, and you're left with 7x on this side. Bring down your equal sign. 3 plus 4 is 7. Finally, it looks like in order to get rid of the 7, we should do division, because this is 7 times x. So division is the opposite of multiplication. So if I divide by 7, 7x divided by 7 is 1x. Bring down your equals. And 7 divided by 7 is 1. So one thing I find that's really important for us to realize is when we're solving an equation, we still are using the order of operations, but we are going actually backwards in the order of operations. First, you undo any addition or subtraction that has been done to x, and afterwards, you undo the multiplication and division that has been done to the x. So you actually work backwards. So let's try another example. Second example. Let's look at 1.5 equals 1.2y minus 5.7. So if I work the opposite order of operations, I would first need to undo any addition or subtraction. Well, this says subtracting 5.7. So I'm going to add 5.7 on both sides of my equation. When I do that, 5.7 and -5.7, that's 0, leaving me with 1.2y. And I bring down my equal sign. And then I add these two together and I get 7.2. Then I would need to proceed to divide by 1.2 on both sides of my equation. So I would be left with y equals, and 7.2 divided by 1.2 is actually 6. All right, one more example hopefully will help us out a little bit. So example 3, last and final example. If I have n divided by 7 plus 2 equals 2. Again, working the order of operations backwards, I've got to undo the addition first. So I'll subtract 2 on both sides of my equation. The 2's are going to cancel here, leaving me with n divided by 7. Bring down your equals. Hey, 2 minus 2 is 0. Finally, if I have n divided by 7 and I wish to undo that, I would multiply by 7 on both sides, leaving me with n, and that would then equal 0 times 7, which is 0. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the answer can be 0.